In 2010, I was hiking on a social trail in Sedona because I'd done all the regular Forest Service trails. And there are a lot of trails that are created in Sedona that are not official. And the Forest Service prefers that people stay off of them, but they're pretty good to the locals. They really don't get too upset if we locals go on them. And I was exploring those. And one day, as I was exploring one in August of 2010, I was 1,000 feet above the valley floor in the Coconino Formation, and I found a very unusual configuration in the Coconino. It turned out what I'd found is water escape features. Didn't know that for a while. But when I saw what I saw, I knew it didn't belong in the Coconino, and I sent an email with some photographs to John Whitmore at Cedarville University. And he and Paul Gardner and Ray Strom were coming to Sedona, or coming to Arizona in just a couple of weeks to explore the Grand Canyon, and they had a few days extra open in case something came up. So they came here and spent a couple nights, and we went up into the Coconino, and I showed them what I found. And at that point, John said, well, here's what I want you to look for. And he described folds, not necessarily the parabolic recumbent folds that I found, but just folding of some sort. And from then on, every hike I did, which was 2 to 3 a week, I went into the Coconino around Sedona. A lot of times I was bushwhacking rather than following a social trail or a legitimate trail or anything else. But I went everywhere you could possibly go in the Coconino in the Sedona area. And I found 24 outcrops of parabolic recumbent folds. And these are important because they aren't just folds, they're very peculiar folds. And as I'll explain in the program, they are definite evidence that the Coconino was deposited in water, which naturalists say no, was deposited in air as sand dunes. Of course, to fit in Noah's flood, it had to be in water. We have positive evidence that it had to be deposited in water, and it had to be deposited extremely fast. Otherwise, we would not get these folds in the condition that we find them. So we'll be talking about all of the research behind that and how we drew conclusions and what we read in the literature. And we'll have a great time discovering things about the Coconino.